Nothing better in basketball than the DirecTV Grade 8, just like there's nothing better in Motown than the Four Tops from the Palace in Auburn Hills, Michigan. It's night 2 of the DirecTV Grade 8. Our matchup tonight.
Oh, but I'll tell you what, you talk about steps. Watch Cuonzo Martin tonight. He's going to be having it rolling. This guy's a big-time scorer now that Glenn Robinson has moved out. Had 28 points in their last game with a win over Iowa State in overtime. And he's a dynamite defensive player. In fact,
Stewart's Tigers of Missouri. One of the Haley twins will start. Sammy at the pivot. Grimm and Winfield on the front line. Sutherland at the point. And Paul O'Linney is a key ingredient in that backcourt, Dick.
Yeah, he can put a lot of points on the board, Brad. He's a real point producer, and they'll need point production out of him.
Next for Gene Katie's member of our crew, Leslie Visser.
For most people to tell twins apart, and Norm Stewart is no exception. His 2 7-footers, Sammy and Simeon Haley, are identical, and Norm told me he has to look down at Sammy's hand where he has a scar in order to know that he has the right guy. Well, the players have simplified the system. They said that in order to distinguish Sammy from Simeon, they merely yell, "Hey, twins!" Brad?
Seeing double, we will see that tonight. Slim and Sam, huh?
Yes.
No, Slam and Sam.
I said, put an L here. I mean, it's going to be confusing all night long.
It'll be Missouri. Last year, perfect in the Big 8. 14-0. Made the Elite 8. And they lost a couple of great players, including the Big 8 Player of the Year in Melvin Booker.
Last team to do that, Brad, with major conferences undefeated is really special.
And they were not a high preseason pick last year either. Haley, good move baseline.
Hey, who is it, Sammy or is it Slim? We'll get them down in their early season. Their 2 exhibition games at 27 and 0.
Sammy.
Hey, Sammy. He said, please tell the people in Myrtle Beach I said hello. Missouri plays point guard by committee. Sutherland not really a true point.
Grimm outside.
He can stroke it. He had 27 in their first win over... No Nick Williams. Remember him as a baseball player? That's what O'Linney looks like.
O'Linney, oh my, outside. Buries a 3.
Remember, in terms of finding guys to make the big shot, and Cuonzo Martin could be their key player. Number 22, just coming on the floor.
Here comes Simeon.
Simeon and Sammy played for Connors State Junior College in Oklahoma. They went to the Final Four. They were beaten by 1 point in overtime by Hutchison, who won the national championship, and that's who Mr. Hairston played for, and also Ben Davis, who plays for Arizona.
Sutherland cut off by Waddell. Haley will take it outside.
He's a little different player than his brother. They're mirror image twins.
O'Linney trying to intercept it, and Cuonzo Martin comes free, and he's fouled. Wow, up and down the court in a hurry.
Both clubs playing at a real ferocious pace.
Sutton exploded as a 3-point shooter last year. 88 of them last year.
Third in the Big Ten.
To repair cartilage damage. He said, if I took 100 shots at practice, about 5 times during those 100 shots, I'd feel a twin. And now they lead by 2, 11-9.
They really play point guard by committee, as I said earlier. They don't have a true point guard.
It's a good move by O'Linney.
Yeah, he knows how to score. Came out of Pensacola Junior College.
Moore again found himself some traffic. A little too much dribbling right now, and it cost him a turnover. Well, the ball comes free to Grimm.
Look at Grimm. He finds the loose ball. Could be that kind of year. Could have been a charge, and it would have been all over. They called a block. Made both. Gene said, we got out of there so quick. It was unreal. He said, Iowa State.
Corey Tate played 5 games last year, then sat out with a broken leg. He's got his first 2 points of the night, and it gives Missouri.
An athlete, Kelly Thames is the guy you pick. He's an outstanding student. He is really a good person.
And he was Big 8 Freshman of the Year last season, a 6'7" forward, out with a posterior cruciate ligament in his knees, already had surgery. And I was talking with the athletic director, Joe Castiglione, before the game, and he echoed what Norm Stewart had to say. Great kid, great player, and really the kind of guy you'd love to have on the floor, but right before glass, got his own board. Wow, how'd he find room in there?
I don't know. He found out when he got into the traffic, came up.
We talked to the Missouri people before this game. We said, how good are you? They said, we don't know.
Tell you one thing, we know he's good.
Yeah. Cuonzo Martin, that is his first field goal. 4 points for the game. Cuts the lead to 8. O'Linney's not afraid to come down and just put it up.
I'll tell you, he's got the license to shoot it. He can put points on the board quickly.
They better come out on him a lot earlier. He's taking 2 of them from out there now. Here's Roberts. Got the roll.
Roberts gets the deuce, but it's...
Dove In the tall timbers, got the rebound, but had his shot blocked. Free pass to Sammy Haley with a left hand. Tipped in.
Really getting up on the glass.
That was crashing the boards, helping their cause inside with an 8-point lead, 24-16.
Ooh, that's number 13. Number 13.
5-4. Boilermakers led 4-0. It's been all Missouri since.
What a back screen, the diagonal pass right over the top of the defense. There's Winfield, excellent athlete, good defender, allowed to grab the rim to protect himself. There it is, can't grab it. There the coach. Cuonzo Martin trying to set up his player off a screen. There's the screen. Now look at the down screen. There's the down screen. He got the lead. Both clubs play so hard.
Sutherland 3.
He can shoot the ball. He has to do that next entry.
O'Lenny, 10 on the shot clock. Sutherland, another 3.
Yeah, he can shoot the ball. He gets wide open, gets stationary. I give a little edge to Kansas. I really love the Roy Williams system, and he's got an outstanding point guard in Jacques Vaughn, and Rafe LaFrance is going to be a
second team All Big Ten selection last year.
You know, he hasn't had the opportunity to do a lot of practicing because of that knee surgery.
Low to Grimm.
Trying to run that high-low entry.
Well, that's a tough shot.
Played at the same school that produced Dan Foss. Now starting at Florida. Boy, that Florida team defense was excellent.
They didn't even need Cross last night. He wasn't much of the offense, but they still looked pretty good.
He was open. My definition of point guard is to be able to run the ball up the court, handle the ball.
Got a hustle here. Final shot, O'Lenny.
Oh, to many that would be a bad shot. The ball, O'Lenny, no neck. No neck, Williams knocks it down.
He never met a shot he didn't like in this first half, and he buries a 3 at the buzzer to lead all scorers in this one with 13.
Norm Stewart said,
And hustle he did. You see the shot clock winding down. He puts it up from outside the arc and drilled it just before.
37-28, the Tigers lead the Boilermakers.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the DirecTV Great 8 is
Martin. Here he is moving without the ball. Look at a horizontal screen by Brantley. Now he steps up on top. He gets another screen. But watch, when he catches the ball, they're right in his face. I mean, tremendous team defense. They help one another. They communicate. Post with the ball for Connecticut. The Huskies can't hand check.
They're trying to get out on O'Lenny a lot more this half. Roberts has the early defensive job on him, and there's Sutherland. All his field goals have been 3. Rebound. Grimm had it blocked. Brantley has 3 blocks tonight.
Oh, I like the way Grimm stayed with that basketball. I mean, that is tough. Look at Grimm there now. There he is. There's the block by Brantley. But Grimm says, I don't care, Brantley. I'm picking this baby up, and I'm scoring. I don't care you block it.
He's the Reaper.
He's the Reaper, yeah. Get the trap to create some tempo.
Tip by Haley. He'll try it again.
Got to go after the ball a little bit more aggressive and jam that baby. I'll tell you, he's not bashful. As soon as he touches.
And Simeon Haley had the last field goal to put Missouri in front by 8.
Lift.
Jennings did a nice job off the bench in the first half. He's in the lineup right now, too. Cuonzo Martin, boy, they need that.
I'll tell you, he's a big-time player. He really is. And the thing I like about Martin, if I had to pick my all in your... Cuonzo Martin trying to run his man into a screen. Now look how he steps out off the screen. There's the screen. Pops out to the wing, catches it, and goes right by O'Lenny. Little dribble move, shoots the ball well off the dribble. But when you play tough defense, it can keep you in the game.
Martin almost got a steal. Haley got it up there, and it's tipped in by Winfield.
Winfield, a good athlete.
Grimm, the Reaper.
Not a good job by Purdue defense. Got to make the extra pass. A little too much dribbling and getting the ball in traffic.
Haley, nice wheel by Sammy Haley. O'Lenny has now scored in the second half, but it took
dollars to get the research to wipe out that dreaded disease that takes so many of our loved ones from us. Down in Hutchinson, here goes Porter Roberts. He's got jet speed. He takes the ball to the goal, but here comes Haley, baby, and not Bill Haley. That's not rock around the clock. That's Jam City.
Cut to 2. In space. Harrison's had the hot hand this half. Brantley, nice cut.
No one rotated over to stop Brantley.
O'Lenny without a field goal this half until now.
Well, they ran a nice isolation. They cleared out.
Chapel Hill.
Wow.
Dean Smith with 8:04.
They'll get a few more this year. You can guarantee that. Don Haskins belongs in the Hall of Fame. I really believe the guy at Texas El Paso deserved it.
leading scorer tonight.
They're not having a good day shooting the basketball tonight. Already signed 3 outstanding kids led by Luther Clay. Remember that name from out of Maine Central Institute. They're thinking that he'll be a solid player.
Cuonzo Martin's given Purdue its first lead of the second half.
Martin now trying to move without the basketball. Now watch him right here. He's going to try to read a screen. And does an excellent job. He comes over the screen, but they do a great job. Winfield chased him. Winfield played.
2:45 left. Missouri trying to regain the lead. And they can if that goes. He's the man. O'Lenny with 21. Backing in on Winfield and now gets picked up and double teamed. That leaves Roberts open.
Roberts shows he has the ability to knock down the open jump shot. Tough shot.
Foul on Brantley as O'Lenny went back up with it.
I'll tell you, O'Lenny was...
That's 3 from the stripe. So much for that stat.
For clubs when you come to an end of the game, to understand the roles of your teammates, to understand who you want to shoot the ball, who you don't want to shoot the ball.
We're going to have a heck of a finish. 1:46 left, and it's Missouri. I'd go to the big guy. Oh, there it is. And it goes.
What a play. Oh, and he stole the ball. What a great play. What a tremendous play by Sutherland, offensively and defensively. And look at this. Look at the emotion. I mean, Haley's right all over him.
Gene Katie, I don't think, thought the shot was off the full.
The head he played defensively. There it is. He doesn't even catch it. I mean, he just lays on his fingers. Up it goes. A little running one hand to Bob Cousy. Norm Stewart says, yes, I love it. I love it.
11 points on the night.
And if you're Purdue and he scores, you don't have to run up and shoot the 3 quickly. You can get a quick deuce, take the quick deuce, and then try to get the steal.
Watching him become a star here tonight if he hits both of these.
We made a great defensive play. I would have loved to see him get in transition and dunk one. Now, right now...
About 35 miles north of Columbia, down in Missouri.
And again, we're looking at a 2-possession game.
So it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, got to take it right to the goal.
Austin nails it.
Austin nails it. Quick timeout. Smart play. You get the timeout if you get it over half court in this situation and make sure the right guy shoots it.
O'Lenny ripped the second one. He's got 24. And here comes Purdue. Let's see what they do.
Oh, no, he's going to let him just go at it.
They've got to get it outside. Brantley missed the slam.
See, I think you needed the timeout.
Well, it's still their ball.
Brantley's got the easy layup. He doesn't know what to do. He's wondering, should I jam this baby? And there he is, goes up, comes up empty.
That might be got a break if that shot didn't.
Screen. He's going to try to pop out. Oh, they get right up in his face.
Hurry. Brantley touched it. He'll have to put it up at the buzzer. No good.
Great job defensively by Missouri.
And Missouri's going to win it.
Missouri does a super job with their defensive strategy in that timeout. And Norm Stewart goes to 6-4-2.
Final score, Missouri 69. Purdue 66. And our DirecTV player of the game from the Tigers of Missouri with a career-high night, Paul O'Lenny, 24 points to go with his 5 rebounds. Final 69-66, Mizzou.
CBS Sports welcomes you inside the sold-out Hearn Center on the campus of the University of Missouri in Columbia, where today the 2-0 Tigers play host to defending national champions, the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Tigers hoping to drop a big surprise on the Hogs this afternoon. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the thing that Arkansas has to fight. Anytime you beat a team the way they beat Missouri, you got to wonder if the guys come in with the intensity. Another test as they make the run to Seattle. Missouri offensive end. Winfield, that's a 2-point try, and Julian Winfield, one of the few returning players with some experience. Norm's team made it to the Final 8. They lost to Arizona in the West Regional Final. Missouri was the last year. But they've lost Melvin Booker, the player of the year in the conference last year. This year, the strip by O'Lenny after Williamson had the rebound, and he drives in a 3. He is unconscious. Comes up with it and steps out, and because Williamson doesn't come to get him, you see him knock down the 3-pointer. That's what a contact. Those are O'Lenny. Gets the foul on Williamson. That's a... On UMass by 8. O'Lenny already with 6 points and make it 7. This young man here, I like his game. I tell you why. The only thing I'd turn loose and just let him play and make everybody play with him. Well, that's what they've done with this kid. And what I like about him,
He chases down Luke.
It's left in the first half. Haley. He's left-handed. His brother.
It is such an advantage to be left-handed. You can see that the defensive player, Robinson, went to the wrong side. But what you also get to do is you get the rest in between those shots. So if you make your free throws, you put yourself on being able to come at you with 40 minutes of tenacious defense.
Linney 8 out of 8 from the line, 11 points in all. He came in 8 of 6. Linney 8 out of 8 from the line. Arkansas has not attempted one. The foul on Robinson, his second, and the Hogs over the limit. Simeon. Steal. Corey Tate lays it in. Bad one. Here comes Winfield. Stopped by Reggie Garrett. Down the lane. Fenner lays it in.
Good decisions. Right here, Winfield does a good job. He gets away with going behind his back. But watch how the defense just collapses. Marlo Fenner able to finish because he held the ball up. There was a lot of time.
Kendrick Moore is in for Missouri wearing number 3. They send the post. And Haley scored. He now hit well. Kendrick Moore, the freshman.
Good play. Oh, that was a sweet play by the young man.
That is an experimental rule that's being used in some conferences this year. This is a non-conference game, obviously, but they've decided to use it in this one.
We saw the penetration there with the help. If you draw...
With 2 points, 3 rebounds, leading rebounder in the game to this point.
You don't get that shirt in, you don't have a real problem. He's got to get another foul shot. If he missed it, he would have gotten another one.
Garrett fell into the lane. Missouri now 11 of 12 from the line.
When you get that type of a beating, we hadn't had anything like that before. It takes a long time to recover, but our guys did recover, and we had an outstanding season. We get a chance to go to the Final Four, and we would have had a chance to play Arkansas again. So I can sell that to our players. This is one ball game, but we want to try to win this game.
He's referring, of course, to the 120-68 Arkansas win in the meeting between these two last year. There's a great disparity in the number of team fouls called against each one because all of a sudden it's getting back close to even. First foul on Monty Harge, who was just checked in, making his first collegiate appearance. He hasn't played because he took an elbow from one. Linney, they like it in his hands, but he missed it. Moore made it.
Yeah, he did. He attacked the basket. I don't think he attacked it aggressively enough.
5 minutes without a field goal for Missouri. Now the steal by Tate. Dumped it off for Moore. Pump fake instead.
That's a good decision right here. He sees the help coming. Good ball fake right there. Kendrick Moore able to finish. It's been, I think, a little more than they thought it would be.
Linney. Moore, now it's 4-on-2 in the front court. Linney for 3. Got it.
Just folks, they're playing the game here.
Linney in a race with Dillard. Linney on the floor.
Lays it in. Basketball, folks. That's how you like it. You gotta love the effort in this game. You see Linney come, he tried to steal the ball, goes down, stays, is able to get it, pick it up and throw it. And you can see right there, Tate is able to finish it. But you've got to love the effort of being able to go down the floor. And that's what Robinson did to Haley, and that's why Haley couldn't jump.
Foul was...
They like him as a player. They say he gives them some slashing ability that they really don't have.
Linney for 3.
That boy
beats it. Now it's 2-on-1. Fenner strong to the goal. Foul. Count it.
Going over the top, get a chance to beat the pressure. Take it at him. Make him make a decision. Darnell Robinson makes one, but it's a bad one. He just picked up his 3rd foul. It's going to have to come out of the game.
3-point lead for the Hawks. Haley traveled.
Yeah, that's Arkansas's game. The big fella needs to find somebody, but it was catching.
No pressure on McDaniel. They let him bring him right up the floor with 7 seconds left. Thurman needs to shoot, didn't get it off. A very entertaining first half here in Columbia, Missouri at the half. It's Arkansas 46 and Missouri 43. Stay tuned for Andrea Joyce at the half after this. Come back to Columbia, Missouri inside the Hearn Center at halftime. Arkansas turnovers into points, and those are the numbers that Quinn mentioned. No 2-point field goals. It's Beck and McDaniel starting the backcourt for Arkansas. Grimm, strong drive, missed it. Tipped in by Haley.
First of all, taking the ball to the basket for the Tigers, so you got to get him out of the game some way.
Haley knocks it in, and right out of the gate. Grimm. Haley. Bench wanted to travel.
But that's a good decision. That's what we talked about, making good decisions.
So that's the largest lead for the Hawks. Tate. Stewart had to be careful, playing with 3 fouls.
Yeah, ball movement was what caused that. One of the things you like about his athletic ability. Oh, good Tate.
Tate scores, and it's 2 incredible years, in the words of Coach Richardson. Winfield.
Good pass by O'Lenny to see him.
O'Lenny. Double team. Williamson hit the deck, but there was little or no contact, and that left O'Lenny. Like Booker and Crudup, we mentioned earlier. And the returnees, O'Lenny, Winfield, Pinner, Grimm, Sutherland, Chip Walter, they combined to play only 1,700 minutes. Working now on Simeon Haley. Haley's have done a good job. That's Sammy blocking the shot of Wilson. 13 on the shot clock. Williamson forced to take a fall away. Got a foul.
Going at it.
The Twin Towers looming large at the Hearn Center.
Right here, you see he tries to get position. He turns. There's one Haley. Then there's the other. He actually got a little piece of the hand, but then coming over, Thurman thought he had a shot, and they come back and block it.
And at the other end, the turnover by Moore and a traveling
Coaching staff, that's what they think is a little bit of what's happening with Corliss Williamson.
Benner made 1 out of 2, better than his average. He's at the opener, scored 27 points.
Yeah, that'll get your average up. And then he played pretty well against Purdue.
McDaniel's effort, and Grimm.
Kendrick gets more, gets the ball, and then he just pushes it up. And then there's a big roar because it's a hoop for Grimm, who really hadn't had a chance. A toughest playing defensive team if they play with their hands. And this team tends to reach a lot for the basketball. The turnovers to go to fast breaks, because when your legs are tired, you're not aggressive and you don't bust through it. And Missouri, the officials obviously talking about it hard. Now this is a battle here. 250, 300, good spin move. He gets away with the hook. And then there's a swipe at the top of the head. And then Williamson used good restraint.
Tate missed the first of the 2. And made the second. They're
going down low.
Good place to go. And it's big nasty, but Hard says no, sir.
Monty Hard is so big, he just doesn't budge. Gets his hand up on the ball, and the officials make no call. Just push you is try to talk about 10% improvement over the balance of the summer, and then getting them to play.
In the lane, that's Sammy Haley showing nice touch on the 12-footer. Credit for the most part, it's been clean, what they've been hauling out of the floor. Sutherland drives in a 3. With 2 minutes remaining, Jason Sutherland has his first. Remas.
Remick throws it up there, tries to get him a little basket here late.
The genuine Chevrolet players of the game are from Arkansas, Scotty Thurman. And
the holidays. This year, it's Build the Kiel deal. For the past 13 years, Illinois and Missouri have met in St. Louis, and for a while, the Illini was unstoppable. In all, Illinois won 9 of the 13 meetings at the old St. Louis Arena, establishing dominance in the 80s. But the 90s have belonged to Missouri. Last year, their head coach, Norm Stewart, was named the Coach of the Year. And the Game of the Year was Missouri's triple overtime win against Illinois. The Tigers have won the last 3 games in this Busch Bragging Rights Series. A new era is forthcoming. Let the bragging battle begin. Ago, which was led by Javon Crudup and Melvin Booker. This is the least experienced team in '94 after Norm enjoyed the most experienced team in 1993. But Paul O'Lenny, the man who just fell upon Columbia, Missouri, the junior college transfer, is a stand-up superstar to be.
O'Lenny has provided leadership. This is the young Missouri team. They're looking for it. He's 6'2", 210 pounds, can put it on the floor, but loves to shoot the three-pointer.
Illinois, sit back, grab some eggnog. Your holidays have begun. Missouri and Illinois is up next. Tonight's DuPont starting lineups, and keep in mind that Kelly Thames, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, is also injured and out for the season. So with that in mind, it's Winfield and Grimm, one of the Twin Towers, Jason Southern, Illini. Chris Gandy earns the start after his fine performance the other day against the Mercer Bears.
Illinois look to take advantage of their size and strength down.
Atmosphere. Norm Stewart, the head coach in his 28th season. He was the National Coach of the Year 1 year ago in Missouri. And we are underway with Gandy controlling the tap. The Fighting Missouri and the home Colts. Keene for 3. Yes! Richard Keene!
Well, that's one of the keys.
Biggest game since that meeting at the United Center against the Blue Devils. Haley spins, and he walks. No, they'll get him with the offensive 5. Indeed, now you can see they are twins. Winfield off the dribble. Tough move in the roll for Julian Winfield, the coach's son.
And Illinois wants
finally having an effort of over 50% shooting from the field. O'Linney knocks Clark away, and O'Linney gets his first
job. Keene gets caught. Then there's another, almost 2 screens there. Clark goes for the charge, doesn't get the call, and O'Linney finishes it off.
And the Twin Towers we talked about. Simeon Haley makes the pass to Winfield. Good defense, but the big guy regains the basketball, and Simeon Haley scores the bucket. And he's short, but O'Linney gets the basketball. And he makes the tough shot from the corner, a 3-point field goal for Paul O'Linney, and he has 5, and he came down. They saw Paul O'Linney, tough shot.
Yeah, I think what happens is that after he releases it, he comes down on his ankle.
That same day, Missouri lost to Arkansas. Haley, Keene off the glass. Winfield charges in and gets it for the Tigers. Both teams suffered their only loss of the season. He's missed his last 3 3-point field goal attempts. Back the other way. And the foul will go against the offense. Grimm from the corner. 3-point field goal by number 42, Derek Grimm, who's shooting very well from that range and now has made. Grimm through the paint. Derek Grimm.
What happened there was Clark turned his back on the... On the other hand, Sutherland, you'll notice after he fouls him hard. He's an aggressive player, but he catches him. Good
ball game. So Notary Bennett, Jerry G, Jerry Hester, and Kewan Garris. Winfield with the jam, the back door.
What happened there? Bennett's man screwed.
Missouri with 18 fouls. Illinois just 3. Grimm again from long range. Derek Grimm, 6'9", 210 from the 3-point spot. That is his second 3-point field. Stolen by O'Linney. Paul O'Linney was fouled by Bryant Notary.
It seems to me that Missouri is directing a control, be patient on offense. I think they can score at will. They get the ball moving.
Doug, the Illini have struggled a bit from the field to open the basketball game. Just 7 of 18 for are tied at 23 with 7:55 remaining against Garris. Kendrick Moore, the fine hanger. Kendrick, an interesting story. He's from Hartford, Connecticut.
Huge spark plug for Illinois.
Tate with the strong follow. Corey Tate from St. Louis.
Again, those second chances are killing Illinois. They
basketball. Richard on the left side. Kewan on the right wing. Back to Bryant Notary. To Kewan Garris. Offensive foul called on Notary, and he's saying, yep, my bad. Moore, O'Linney, 3 ball. That's the second 3-point field goal for Paul O'Linney and games in Missouri history. Kendrick Moore spins and gets the roll. Kendrick Moore with his second field goal. O'Linney, that was blocked by Hester. But Walter hustles and picks up the loose ball. Did he call that? Off the window, Derek Grimm for his third 3-point field goal.
I mean, he was way out there. calls nothing but glass. Reminds me of a great Ted Kitchell.
It up, bring down the basketball and throw one up, Jerry. Doug, it's Illinois and Missouri. It's Christmas. You've got family, friends. Payne meets Columbia on the banks of the Mississippi River. And you'll see our halftime festivities after this. Winfield off the dribble. Readjusts and get the basket. He's very athletic inside. He twists and turns. Winfield on the left side gets the basketball. Julian Winfield readjusted again. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's exactly the...
Yeah, I thought he took some serious steps though before he got to the hoop, but unfortunately the referee didn't see that way either. 1, 2, and 3. But Illinois' got to get back on defense. They did a good job in the first.
Winfield to try to complete the three-point play, and he does it. Julian Winfield has 11. A lot of defense. Sutherland wants Keene off the dribble, and he'll get him. Jason Sutherland's first field goal. Career-high 15-point performance against Liberty.
Does the old Pete Rose dive trying to hustle after it. Remember him last year? He came in those overtimes and brought energy to Missouri. And
Shelley way out defensively, though, and now they switch as Bennett goes in. Now O'Linney for three. Paul O'Linney, his third three-point field goal.
See, I've got a problem right now. Screen like that. I mean, you just... I mean, defensively, that's 5 or 10 minutes. Sunvolt came over here in the second half. I mean, at halftime, he said, you know, this kid's playing his heart out there tonight.
The last 4 games, Derek has averaged 18 points and 10 rebounds, shooting sent from the field. He has...
And then they go at it. Sutherland isn't going to back down from it.
4 run to take that lead. With a couple of minutes left, Garris, that's just forcing the issue there. Couldn't find anything, and hits the Tigers. Derek Grimm.
What's happening is bad shot selection. It's creating offense for Missouri. They're getting the...
After the offensive rebound, they came away with the deuce. Simeon Haley on Jerry G. Haley leans in. Simeon has 4.
You know, what's happening is...
Thus far in the second half. O'Linney the give. Working it to the other hand, Sammy Haley, and thus he is the left-handed first field goal of the night. So can add the present of a win in this game the last 3 straight years.
See, someone from Illinois has got to step up, take control of this.
Winfield with an impressive from the line. 8 points from the field, 15 total. Haley lays it in.
See, Clark's got to push him out.
Sammy Haley gets Simeon back in the ball game.
I agree.
Sutherland. Back in. Jerry Hester set to check in. O'Linney's at the line, and he gets the first. Paul O'Linney, 3 of...
They need to calm down.
Back up by 9. Paul O'Linney with 15. O'Linney. Haley used the right hand. Simeon Haley.
It's like a defensive back in football. They can throw it right by your ear every time.
Julian Winfield, Doug, would have played his home games here at the Kiel Center if he would point range, I believe, in the first half or somewhere there close. He is now 0 for 5. Missouri gets the bucket down low.
Sutherland with a great hustle. He snuck up behind everybody.
Lead. Grimm. Points for Grimm, 12 of them from 3. The Grimm Reaper, he's hit 11 of his last 18 three-point field goals. Derek Grimm with 12 points from three-point land, 18 points in the contest. The sophomore from Morton.
You get a streak going, and it's tough to stop it.
They have been billed one of the best backcourts in the nation. Richard Keene for 12. They were touted as one of the finest backcourt in the nation. Neither was able to become dominant.
Tournament, they look at who you beat, where you beat them, and you get into the Big Ten play, and sometimes when they beat each other up, your goal every year is to get a top 16 seed in the NCAA.
74-50. Born in October, so if you think Normacy in double, you are probably right. The longest tenure of a Big 8 coach for Norm Stewart, Fred and Henry Hank Iba. Those two guys were the only two who have more years in the Big 8 Conference and Big Norm Stewart's team dominant on this Thursday evening. Norm Stewart and the Missouri Tigers retain the Bush bragging rights. 76-58. Doug, former or present player, this is not easy to take.
One of these days we'll get it back in Illinois. I don't know when, but we'll get it back one of these days.
A fine performance by Missouri. They go to 7-1 on the year. The Illini fall to 8-2. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you at Burger. So long, everybody.
Nick Monday continues as number 18 Missouri visits number 11 Iowa State. Hilton Coliseum here in Ames, and the Cyclones are 11-0. Tough place to play on the road, Derek Dickey.
Very tough play around the league for their tremendous, tenacious defense.
Dribble penetration by O'Linney, the basket and a foul. And what a big play to start the
outside jump shot. Excellent three-point range, but also is quick enough and strong enough at 6'2".
Stewart could use a guy like me. He's been playing Division I for just about a year, and he's got the three-point play to start the game.
I think he and Norm Stewart and Kim Anderson and Lee Wins, they allowed their man to catch the ball inside a little bit too deep, which can get them in early foul trouble.
Tigers lost early against Rutgers with a chance to go up 5 or 6-0 here early. Winfield penetrating and dishing, and Haley's got the reverse underneath.
Julian Winfield is another player.
And again, that triple threat of Iowa State, a trio of outstanding offensive players.
Well, when you have three players all on the same team.
Jayhawks at times this year have looked like they're on a different level than the rest of the penetrating. Knocks it off Lauren Meyer. 5 on the shot clock, and the 3 goes down for Jason Sutherland.
Howard is probably one of the happiest coaches in this conference, having Lauren Meyer back in the lineup after the accident last year involved with a train and a you up, but also faced the basket from about 15 feet.
Iowa State by 5, and 3 off of that in a hurry as Jason Sutherland, who's running. 3 on 3, Hoiberg.
The fans, he is a guy that Coach Tim Floyd from Iowa State said he's going to try to defend by committee.
Jason Sutherland is...
Take a look at this number in that Missouri gets to the free throw line almost 30 times a game, which means that they are very aggressive.
Marcus Canby at Hartford Public School, where he was the Connecticut Player of the Year last season. It's only Iowa State's 3rd turnover. Missouri only has 4. And the banker, everything's going in for Jason Sutherland. He's 4 out of
Haley twins to get it stripped out of his hand.
Cyclones did not look for Derek Grimm, and he's got the 3. That's his first basket. He's off to the good start. Good look, Haley. And Grimm is there with the follow, and that's 5 quick ones for Derek Grimm.
Derek Grimm. Why not keep giving him the ball?
Haley fights through a double team. Nice move by Sammy, and that's 4 for him.
That's a nice
3 of them. Grimm skipping it over the top for Kendrick Moore. He drills it, and it's a foul on Beecham.
Nice job by Moore to be able to concentrate and put.
Youngster hasn't been to the line that much. Only
a little scary as a coach. You don't know what's going to happen when the ball goes up.
Nope. Iowa State usually doesn't press a lot. They tried it that time, and Mizzou got it down the floor. And that is 7 in the first half for Kendrick Moore. First minute or so.
Early in the game, and Olenny has to be aggressive.
Look at Sutherland. Jason with 13 first half points.
Jason's only averaging 9 points on the season, and he shoots a pretty good percentage.
Jason Sutherland couldn't knock that one down, but underneath Julian Winfield with his second field seconds. Olenny around Hoiberg, takes some contact and ties the game.
Excellent drive by Paul Olenny, who knew exactly how much time was on the court. Little hesitation, right to the rack.
So most of the first half belonged to Lorne Meyer, but John Saunders, some big plays by the Tigers, and we're all 2 times. Olenny in trouble, finds Haley. And they're lucky there's still a shot clock up there after that. That was 13. Olenny looking to penetrate. Banks it in over Derek Hayes.
Excellent defense.
And the mayor's got it back. And he's got 3 more votes.
Well, two defenders went
down to Haley, put it on the floor, over Meyer. And he rattles the left-hander home. I'm telling you, everything at that end goes. If it's not there inside, let's go for the perimeter. Haley strong on the turnaround, and a nice touch by Slam. And that's 11. He's got to go. Cyclones by 3. Mikalik over the double team. That's his first field goal of this.
Needs to become a more physical player and make some things happen down low.
Olenny for Haley, and a foul on J.C. Holloway. Great penetration and dish by Paul Olenny.
Shooting position. And nice penetration by Paul Olenny, who's an excellent scorer. The defense has to play.
He's in a double figures now, partner.
He hasn't been in double figures prior to this in the last 12 games, and he makes a free throw, shooting under 50. Jason Sutherland, the young man with the ball, he had 13 points that first half, has not scored in the second.
Paul Olenny, quick release.
Missouri keeps hanging in. Whenever they seem like they're down and out, they always come back with getting an easy basket or taking a steal or come.
Folks, and we'll tell you that in the last 4 minutes of ball games, he just doesn't miss. File that one away for later. And then that ball goes right through Hoiberg's feet. This is Winfield. Tigers got lucky there.
Fortunate are the Tigers.
And Moore says, too much traffic in here. Then he feeds it to Haley. 16 for Sammy. And that was a slam. And Tim Floyd wants a 22nd timeout as Missouri takes a 4-point lead.
Tigers, good penetration inside to try to get the layup, but Kendrick Moore is going to dribble the ball back out, wait for his teammates, and makes a pass, a nice pass inside to Sammy Haley as he cuts to the basket. But they've done it by playing good defense.
Pass Haley. He draws 3 men, kicks it for Sutherland, and the 3 is down. That is 18 for Jason.
Night shooting, he feels like when they do that, because of their defensive efforts, they're going to blow out a lot of teams.
Kendrick Moore with 10. You look at shots like the last 2 times.
Try to receive that pass just so he can set up the offense once again.
You know, this is not a good omen for Iowa State. Almost 80% as a team from the line.
No, it is not a very good sign.
Kendrick Moore looking for penetration. He is red hot now. That's 2 in a row for the freshman. Hasn't scored tonight. And he's the right-hander. Clock inside 10. Down it goes. Moore, the turnaround. Big basket for Kendrick Moore, the freshman. He's got 14 tonight.
Shot like that.
Mikalik trying to get it down to a 6-point game, and the Cyclones are ice cold.
Yes, they are. And see, they're still taking jump shots.
For you on SportsCenter. Jason Sutherland, big night, 98 for any team since 71. It's only been done 10 times in 87 years. 20 for Sutherland, 14 for Moore. Norm's
up. Puzzle here, missing a piece there, but they're still putting it together.
Garrett Grant, 3, 4 and 2, Big 8. And the Cyclones would fall to 17 and 3.
Last year, I meant their postseason Big 8 tournament. They lost it before the tournament ended. Nebraska, Lenny releases that ball.
He's got 14. Tigers lead at 80-71. Intercepted, and that will do it. A big one for Missouri on the road. Derek Dickey, they shot lights out in the second half.
They did a terrific job defensively.
Missouri wins at 80-71. Great win for Stewart and company on the road. Good night from a shocked Ames, Iowa.
It started at the Iowa State game a week and a half ago and has continued to play well. He has played a lot more than his twin brother, Stillwater. The Cowboys did an outstanding job against the perimeter shooters from Missouri, but Sutherland has already hit 2 3-pointers.
Pair of trays and a reverse. Not blocked down there by Scott Pierce. Grimm again. Blocked again. Grimm again. And he stayed with it. It took 3 cracks, but he got it down. Now he has 2 quick fouls in this one. Here's what the standings look like updated. Kansas has won today. They're now 7-2. Oklahoma State, you see, leading
off a win today, you'd have a 3-way tie.
Jason Sutherland just came from the Missouri bench to catch that pass and make the shot. Pretty good piece of coaching by North. Sammy Haley working, and getting the shot up and good. Sammy Haley has 3. O'Linney's got his first good look at the bucket. That's 3. His first good look. Yeah.
Pretty good decision by Sutherland to find the shooter. Nobody was out on O'Linney. With a smile. Roberts made the delivery from half court, had his eyes up, put it right on the money.
Oh, look at the move by Julian Winfield. Oh, my. Oh.
That's the ball game. Roberts made the delivery from half court, had his eyes up, put it right on the money.
Oh, look at the move by Julian Winfield. Oh, my. Oh.
Will come home, and home is in the pink. So that's where you wait for him.
Sammy Haley working hard, got a shot down. Sammy Haley has 5. Bryant Reeves right now is 1 for 5 from the floor.
What about Julian Winfield's athletic ability? Take a look at this. Up one side, brings the ball down, scoops it around. What a play. Winfield already has 7 rebounds in this ball game. He is second in the Big 8 in rebounding.
Down, and here come the Tigers. A great piece from Kendrick Moore down inside to Julian Winfield for his 4th point.
Nice break by the Tigers.
Kendrick Moore in traffic, and the shot. No, look at Winfield. 8 rebounds for Julian Winfield, and how high can you get?
Well, right off the floor.
6 points and 8 rebounds for Winfield. Penfrey inside. Fouled from behind by Simeon Haley. His second.
Bryant Reeves does, the best thing he does is he gets great position. That time Haley allowed him to get to the basketball.
Lenny double teamed that time. Got some help for him. Now Scott Combs knocks down the shot. The freshman from Paoli, Indiana, has his first 2 points. That was Combs' first career 3-point field goal, by the way, for Mizzou a moment ago. Now Lenny knocks one down. That knocked loose. Picked up by Andre Owens. How much time does he have? 1 second. He's going to get to the bucket. Did he get it off in time? Yes. He got it up in time. Count the basket by Andre Owens. Norm was upset. He wasn't sure they got that shot up in time.
I don't think anybody knew what the ref was going to call. Stanley ran over there. You couldn't. Owens. I'm not sure it got off. I think the red light's on.
That was close. Norm doesn't think it was even close. We're at halftime here. It's 31-30.
You get in the Big 8, we've had just great players through the 80s and 90s here that have gone on the NBA. Forced some long shots, did not shoot the ball well. The first half here, he didn't give many looks.
Derek Grimm knocks down a tray for Missouri to start the second half. He has 5.
Push, and you have to be able to take the ball on the dribble by a defender.
Turn around, Sammy Haley. He has 5, and the Tigers have go up.
Once he catches, if he goes up right away, he would probably have a layup. He waited, he pump faked. Haley wasn't going to do anything with it.
Leading by 4 now as they go inside to Sammy Haley. He wants the shot, and he gets it. Sammy Haley has 7.
Well, Missouri is obviously going to take it to Bryant Reeves with 3 fouls.
Inside to Sammy Haley. He wants the shot, and he gets it. Sammy Haley has 7.
Well, Missouri is obviously going to take it to Bryant Reeves with 3 fouls. Haley has touched it twice in a row.
In an outside guy. You hope one or the other picks each other up.
Back to Winfield, and he scores the bucket.
A nice give and go by Sammy Haley. Winfield made the pass. Rutherford was
left in this game. He sits down.
On the state against Oklahoma. Bryant Reeves got in foul trouble. This Oklahoma State ball club did a nice job without it. They're more mobile.
And a good job on O'Lenny today. Julian Winfield has 10.
Simple back pick from Grimm. Winfield got free. Oklahoma State, no communication on the defensive end, did not help out. And the Missouri crowd is into this ball game.
This game is tied at 42 all. Winfield with 10 points and 9 rebounds. Watch this.
O'Lenny watching against Grimm, just flashed up. Rutherford lost Winfield. No help back door. All you do is throw it near the rim for a guy that can jump like this.
O'Lenny, usually a scorer, is 2 for 7. O'Lenny. Good job pounding Paul O'Lenny today. Now he's on Winfield, and Winfield loses him and sticks it with the left hand. 12 for Julian Winfield. Oh, what a nice move.
Two things the coach...
O'Lenny is wide open. They didn't find him, and he hurt him. 4-point lead, Missouri.
Take a look at O'Lenny. Nelson's first roll, he thinks he's got to get back. Someone has to pick up the basketball somewhere, especially if O'Lenny's going to shoot it.
Sammy Haley in traffic.
Well, if I was Oklahoma State, if Haley caught it that low, I would be on Andre Owen.
Sutherland will shoot 3 free throws, I believe. He's an 82 for... Just ran the table, Jason Sutherland. He has 11 points now. Missouri up by 7, the biggest lead of the game. We have timeout. We'll be back after this message from Southwest Airlines. Flying the low-fare airline is just plain smart.
Hold down low. He and Derek Grimm are locked up. Went for the little acting job there.
77% shooter. His last 24 shots since that time. So he's turned it around. 7 offensive players. They may miss him.
Well, Eddie Sutton giving a couple guys a rest. With 9:40 on the clock, I would not imagine.
19 points, 10 of them in the second half. Grimm up there working at the free throw line. He's 4 for 4 at the line. 9-point ball game. That was the 4th foul on Sammy Haley. Sammy is going to come out down South Dakota. Very good athlete.
I jumped over 7 feet in high school. That's a 6.
Now the coach down the road here at Moberly, Missouri. He moved to this area too. That took a coaching job. Sutherland 5 for 5 at the line. 5 for 5, 13 points. Leaves trying to get posted inside against Haley. Does, catches it, takes it up, and scores.
Nice play by Andre Owen, a 44% free throw shooter.
Sammy had 5 blocks in the Iowa State game Wednesday night here. Missouri won. He's 3 for 4.
And that is tough.
Very good. Seven players with 4 fouls now. Sutherland with 3. That could be huge. That could be huge. Situation when you go to the line.
I think you put yourself in a position where you work on it in practice. And most good shooters want the basketball because it's 3 points. Plus, obviously, it helps the ball club. It's victory.
17 straight losses for Oklahoma State here. Grimm now is 8 for 8 at the... Be possibly a big call in this ball game. 4:50 left. Now a 12-point lead in Missouri. Rutherford. That's a 2. Randy Rutherford knocks it down, and he now has 20 points today. And a whistle blowing. I think they put a 3 on the board. It was a 2, and the officials are going to stop and correct the scoreboard here with 4:38 to play. Mizzou by 9, and now Eddie Sutton upset. He wanted the 3, and he got a technical foul. Each of the head coaches now has had a technical foul in this game. You don't often see Eddie Sutton get that heated.
Well, one referee, let's take a look. Yeah, his toe might have been on there. So the referee that watched it signaled the 2. Take a look at the foot. The toe might be on the line, but the referee right beside Rutherford at 2 right when he went up for the shot.
Paul O'Lenny with 12 points today, and he is struggling at the free throw line. 3 for 6 at the line. Very unusual. He's an 84% shooter. Mizzou by 10 with the ball. Fourth message from the performance company. That would be Phillips, 66. Sammy Healy right back. Olini, 4 on the shot clock. Olini in the lane and fouled. Big bucket. Olini.
The slashing type player. Scare looked like he was there. Stanley didn't see it that way. They'll call it basket count. A little bit of a lean there. Olini just has that knack of getting
today. His last 2 could be huge. That's a 3-point play, and now Missouri up by 9. And Kansas beat Oklahoma 93-76 today. Olini not likely to miss a year. You know what? You're pretty good.
That's what good players can do for you.
I never had a day bad enough to get 60.
Same thing, Cody.
So when he comes right back and gets that one. Timeout here with 31 points.
For tips it out of bounds.
Now Grimm is 9 for 9 at the line, and just
J.C. Holloway has a lane to the basket for the game winner. Grimm makes the block, so Mizzou wins that one.
Here comes with 4 seconds to get it into Grimm. Across court to Sutherland, and Missouri's going to win it. The Tigers hang on and win it 81-79.
Everything we expected. 2 great coaches, outstanding ball game. We've got a great Big 8 race ahead of us.
So we have a tie for first. Missouri and Kansas at 7-2. Oklahoma State at 6-2. A jam at the top, 81-79. A good day for the Tigers. The Cowboys go home to try it again. Thanks for...
And Missouri. Bob Knight and Norm Stewart will meet for the first time when we continue in a moment.
Today in the West Region first round. This afternoon, we saw 2 teams advance tonight.
I think that Coach Knight has his team in the right swing now. I think that he's more or less than hammering them. He's kind of patting the
Missouri Tigers, and he's more than just a scorer.
He must score more than his average. He'll dish and he'll go for the ball. You can tell with a bandage on his nose. Game for the Tigers to win.
Julian Winfield, another key player for the Tigers, kind of a do-it-all guy for them and a great defensive player. 2 changes in the starting lineup for the Hoosiers. At guard, Steve Hart and Neil Reed, we expect, will be in Charlie Miller's spot. For more on the changes in the
practice this week, and they think he is the best defensive stopper to play against Paul Olini this afternoon. Gentlemen?
Thanks, Michelle, and it is.
Had 2 good looks, just didn't drain them. He will.
That's Brian Evans, the junior from Terre Haute, Indiana. Hoosiers consider him their best pure shooter. He's coming off a shoulder injury. Lenny. His shooting, the Sutherland's, has been hampered.
Boy, he's on fire. 3 for 3.
Brian Evans, 7 points. Evans.
4 for 4. 5 alarm fire. 2 from 3-point land.
Mississippi State, of course, advancing this afternoon with a over Santa Clara. Now look at that one.
We might be watching the offensive career game.
12-3. It's going to
12 points in 5 minutes. That's 96 points for the game.
Derek Grimm. Kendrick Moore. That's a 3.
Well, Anderson to come out on him, boy.
14-9. Kendrick Moore. The freshman from Hartford has 5 points. They just need him simply. He's a 54% shooter. Rebounds nearly 8 a game. Came over from St. Louis as a transfer. Winfield sees some room. Now back out for Sutherland. Sutherland to Winfield.
That's what Norm Stewart's famous team.
Moore using the screen and hits.
I give a fake and put Pat Knight back in his heels. Then went around.
Evans. He is moved in that stroke. 22-17, Indiana.
Not there. Now it is inside.
For Lindemann, blocked on it by Haley, Simeon Haley. Simeon Haley considered a little better defensively. Sammy a little better offensively. Winfield. Haley with the follow. This region. Evans under Sutherland. 18 points for Bryant. Moore with the ball outside for Walter. And Walter hits for 3. Chip Walter, a sophomore from St. Louis. 3-point margin guard from Miami, Florida, replacing Neil Reed, who suffered the wrath of Coach Knight last time out. And that's Winfield. 1-point game, Indiana.
Right up on top of him. But we won't give up, will he?
He won't, and he hits for 2.
That was a difficult 2. That should have bounds. You got 3 to give. Don't eat them up for half.
Keep talking, Coach. Well, that's a foul. I think that's a foul.
That's a jump ball.
Jump ball. He didn't get the foul anyway.
And Haley was doing right. Keep the ball ahead of him. Watch him swarm him. Once he gets the ball, around they come him. Held the ball too far back, and Henderson took a hold of it.
It's been a very quickly played first half.
Hey, you got to take a shot, guys. There you are.
Miller misses just before the buzzer, but it's been all Bryant Evans in this first half, leading the Hoosiers 19 points, 7 or 9 from the field. And so at halftime, the Hoosiers lead Missouri 31-26. Jim Nance and Clark Kellogg will be along with Pennzoil at the half after this word and a message from your local station. Whirlwind first half featuring this guy, Bryant Evans of Indiana.
He likes pressure. He says, put the pressure on me. He's not only a shooter, he's a scorer. That means he can do it from all over. Down low here, now watch this kind of circus shot. He doesn't do this often. A little bit of a prayer there. And he finishes up with a all rim, which is difficult. Most shooters would have played that off the glass. And this is the way he did it.
There's Norm Stewart. His team seeded number 8 here against number 9 Indiana. And we remarked at the top of the game, quite amazing that they have never met before, Bob Knight and Norm Stewart. And we got a comment from Norm on that.
This ball game, we're not expected to win for a number of reasons. And I think maybe that we can say that might be usual, because Missouri, we're kind of known we have problems in the first round, even though last year we went to the Final 8, and we've won some ball games in the NCAA. But the one good thing about this game, I'll be the nice guy.
Well, that's what he'd like to have everybody believe, but I think in some other arenas around the big basketball team.
And IU's on a good roll.
Yes, they are. And there's Kendrick Moore. 31-28. Here's Winfield. Gets it out for Moore. Kendrick Moore. 2-pointer.
Reed got in trouble earlier in the first half by allowing that 3-point shot. He might be in trouble again. I think it's down to Haley if they can.
This is Winfield. Julian Winfield. Just underway in the second half. A 1-point game, Indiana, and now Mizzou takes the lead. Paul O'Linney sends Missouri in front, 34-33. Picked off that pass, but O'Linney comes away. Derek Grimm with 5 points. The sophomore from
Missouri runs a nice, solid break. Nothing fancy about it. Kick to the weak side. Grimm buries it.
On Evans, and now the training staff. This was in his lower body, it appears.
I got a sneaky idea where it was hit, but I think I'll leave it alone.
Missouri with a 4-point lead, and Grimm makes it 5. Derek Grimm, 78% free throw shooter, connects for Creevy.
Here goes the Skyer. That I'm baptizing new nickname for huge hands that time by Winfield.
Winfield's second personal. Ryan Evans. Here comes Oleni back. And Moore makes that one. Let's go to Michelle Tafoya for a report on Paul Oleni and Missouri against Bob Knight. No basket. Grimm scored it, but a put. First meeting ever for Norm Stewart and Bob Knight. Grimm for three. Derek Grimm, a 45% three-point shooter.
He's been Superman in the sky today.
Ooh, what a shot. Paul Oleni has 12. Missouri by 1. Stolen. Oleni. He makes. And Reed went down hard, but on his other shot. Michael Herman back in. Knight goes out for Indiana, and Oleni hits from the free throw line. That only 19 fouls called. It was a very fast up and down first half. He's been a little bit long a few times. Walter. Oleni waits and turns and hits. 19 points for Paul Oleni, the senior from Penn State. Elliott to Henderson from Reed.
Haley fell asleep on that one.
12.
Got to take
Moore, he's got the room and he's got the bucket.
Moore had to take it that time.
55 in college, the 24th appearance in the NCAAs for the Hoosiers.
They have the record now for the most extended Sweet 16 appearances. They've made the last 4.
One of the twins looking for his first points. He hits. Good-looking stroke from
the Statue of Liberty. Keeps that arm up there.
And he hits them both. 2 big free throws for Simeon Haley. 58-53, a 5-point Tiger lead. Grimm at the line. Grimm with Moore, Oleni, Walter, Kendrick Moore, the freshman.
Up 2. 2:25 remaining. Back to Tim Ryan.
Sessions just got
61-57. Hart to Herman.
2-possession game. They need this one.
Evans, big time. Wow. 24 points for Evans. He had 19 in the first half, then cooled off. What a huge
pointer in this one possession.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Moore will take it. Can't get it. Haley rebounds. Sammy Haley. Missouri by 3. 6 for him.
IU will not call timeout in this situation. That's their MO.
30 seconds to play.
I wouldn't knock it down too far. If you there's the man.
Evans missing. Henderson. Ball knocked away by Oleni.
Now you got to foul IU. You got to stay down court. Oh, they're calling a foul on it, so it is. Here's a three-pointer by Evans early. And then the answer at the other end. Oleni stays alive, misses the shot, and Haley in close finishes up.
Indiana.
Let's tell you this, Weber State's up. Folks, we can tell you this, Weber.
And playing with some kind of stomach pain and a real battler, and connects from the free throw line to make it a 4-point Missouri.
In there, that makes it a 2-possession game.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Missed it. Herman, Reed, Evans, Henderson, and Miller. Miller missing, and Herman trying to keep it alive. It's knocked out by the Hoosiers. Up 1 point for Paul Oleni, the leader of this team, who's delivered the goods here. Game.
Norm Stewart, Tim, the man there, is a great defensive coach. He never gets credit for it.
And the Tigers of Missouri, the number 8 seed here in the West, improved to 20-8 and advanced to the second round. And they'll await the winner of our next contest. The top-ranked and number 1 seed in the West, UCLA Bruins, they take on the Florida International Golden Panthers in our wind-up game. Missouri 65-60. Norm Stewart And the Missouri Tigers advance to the second round. State and Utah have already advanced. Brian Evans, player of the game for Indiana, Paul O'Linney. And we'll be back in a moment.
At the other guard, 6'6" from North Carolina, number 45, Michael Jordan.
Well, he has a new number, but the same look of confidence. And the same tug on his shorts. Didn't have the same look from the floor at the start. He missed his first 6 attempts. That was the first shot back for Michael after 646 days away from baseball. But late in the second quarter, he started to find it a little bit. That was his first field goal. Some of the old Michael magic came through. It's a little coast-to-coast move. 19 points in the loss, Jordan and the Bulls.
I think the expectations now is, well, can he do the same things that he did 2 years ago?
UCLA, the 1 in the West. About to face Missouri. Here's Tim Ryan.
Of what we're doing.
Welcome back to Boise. Tim Ryan and Al McGuire here, ready for our second game. This is second round action in the West region, featuring from the Big 8 the Missouri Tigers, who ousted the Indiana Hoosiers yesterday there in at-large entry against the number 1 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins, who walloped Florida International 92-56 in their first round. Mississippi will go with Julian Winfield. We'll try and stick him right in Ed O'Bannon's face and hope that he can do the job for us. UCLA, meanwhile, has a bit of a new problem that came. Missouri Tigers, they came out this morning finding that Derek Grin, their starting forward, number 42, woke up with the flu. And the doctors have been working on him. He tried it in the warm-up, and he is in the starting lineup, but we'll be watching him closely. He'll be joined by Winfield, Sammy Haley, Sutherland, and Paul O'Linney. He's their star scorer. The O'Bannons with Zidek and Edney and Bailey, the backcourt. Missouri in goal. UCLA in white. An eye on his ankle. And the overall condition of Derek Grin of Missouri. Here's Zidek, the opening shot, and he hits. The senior 7-footer from Prague, Czech Republic. St. Louis, Missouri, transferred over to Missouri. And his father left the staff at St. Louis and moved to work under Norm Stewart.
Consider him in Kansas.
And we're tied at 2. Sammy Haley makes it 4-3. You see Ed O'Bannon way up. Feeds his brother. He misses. And a scramble for it with Zidek and Haley both going to the floor.
That's the type of style game the Tigers want. Norm wants to put pressure back and forth. Winfield on O'Bannon. They don't want O'Bannon to get hot from the outside. He'll take out the three-point land. That's where they got a smaller man on him.
Missouri with the possession arrow got the ball. On the outside, can't find an open man. Close checking by the Bruins. Jason Sutherland, and he hits from 3. Jason Sutherland with a very bad... The corner to Winfield. Winfield tries for lane, and a nice play. Julian Winfield. 4 points. Trying to keep it alive. And it's Winfield, 2-on-1 with O'Linney. I don't think he saw it. He takes it himself and scores.
Very fortunate. He didn't see O'Linney on the other side. He ended up doing a 3. Watch this fast break in Missouri. Winfield held the ball too long. You should have hit right away over. There he does the 360. Should have hit O'Linney early.
So far, the game plan has been working for Norm Stewart. They need a Jason Sutherland going for the 3, and he's 2 for 2 from there.
Part of the game plan you could never figure out that they had to make a few from outside.
Indiana in game 1. Sutherland got it back as Edney nearly stole it. O'Linney from 3. He's got it. 38% shooter from that range. 16 to the rebounded by Ed O'Bannon. This is O'Bannon from 3. He hit.
They wouldn't have hit that big-time shot if
O'Bannon, a better than 40% shooter from out there, comes into the game averaging 20.3 for the season. There's Sutherland again. O'Linney, pardon me. Paul O'Linney. Republic, how's that? That'll work. Kendrick Moore. He can jump. Got his own rebound and made the shot with the putback. Charles O'Bannon. Oh, that goes in.
That's a prayer. Big-time prayer.
Canby, Massachusetts in high school in Hartford, Connecticut. Turnaround is good by Haley. Simeon Haley.
Oh, coach that time said no, but a good shot.
Simeon Haley, who averages just 4-6 a game. You're happy to get anything like off the back iron. Rebounded by Combs, his first appearance in the game. Sammy Haley had it knocked loose. Olini follows and hits.
That was not an intentional pass.
Man.
2 passes to get to him.
And he had no chance to set for the...
Allow Sutherland to have a break, a rest.
This is Paul Olini. Driving baseline. The senior from Pensacola, Florida. He gets 20 a game, and he's got 10.
Outstanding drive here by Paul Olini. Gets a guy up in the air with a head and shoulder fake. Uses that powerful body.
Olini outside, watched by Cameron Dollar. And Grimm with a lot of room hits the 3. Derek Grimm woke up with the flu and hits from 3-point range.
Missouri's hanging in there. They know they got to stay within 6 by halftime. If they go down any deeper, it could be taps.
Here's what's happened since Winfield went out with that third foul with 15:42 to go. 17 points for Missouri, 24 for UCLA. His defensive presence definitely missed, but they're tied at... UCLA has brought their field goal percentage back up to 52%. And Olini hits for 3. NBA range.
That was the range from the locker room.
33 to 32. Missouri on top. J.R. Henderson underneath. Sammy Haley rejects. Olini with it. Olini, wow, he's streaking. Olini shoots those at 38%. He's got 16 points here. Bender against Ed O'Bannon. Not been in for the last 12 minutes.
What we've seen here with the Tigers, and the game hasn't got into a transition game. Obviously, that favors Mizzou.
Moore hits them both.
Back to Moore.
Derek Grimm, he's got Haley wide open. Sammy Haley. UCLA.
Watch the big man running the floor here. Gets down into the corner. 2 men come out. Haley's underneath by himself. When he was born.
That's right. His brother Simeon has been in the game in relief of Sammy. And that is Kendrick Moore. Moore at 15 against Indiana. He's got 6 here in the first half.
Bruins, you need a score right now.
Hartford, Connecticut. Norm Stewart's got himself a dandy in that young man. Olini has it poked away, gets it back. Hits the back rim. O'Bannon rebounds, and we're out of time in the first half.
It'll be a little bit tight in the locker room at UCLA. Right now, they got to make up their minds.
The number 8 Missouri Tigers leading number 1 UCLA. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship continues after this message and a word from your local station. 2-34, the highest halftime deficit that UCLA has faced all. Olini for 3. 5 for 5 from beyond the arc for Olini. 18 points on the day. Sammy Haley, watched by Zedek. Spin move, won't go, gets his own rebound, misses again.
Give Haley credit there, they double teamed him.
Followed by Moore on that shot for Missouri. Charles. Edney for the Bruins. Back outside, Ed O'Bannon, he had the eye on that one.
There's the man.
Well by Grimm.
That's the guy who'll take you to the promised land. Then back down court, and the Morton of basketball, it's a possible 4-point play. Morton means full consent of the will, grievous offense. From the Blue Catechism, Sister Mary Appleshaw.
Than 20. Winfield picks it back for Sutherland. Sutherland for 3.
I think that's his third from the ball area.
By Grimm. Grimm wisely stops the dribble, goes to Olini. Olini tries 3 and hits.
you're talking about a 5-alarm fire. This is a 6-alarm fire. This is Tabasco sauce on top of Tabasco sauce.
5 of 5 from three-point range. Paulo Lenny, 21 points on the day. It's high for the season, 25. We've just reached full time now. Ed O'Bannon, spin move, and that's good. And he's pumped. 16 points, Ed O'Bannon.
He's tough. In my opinion, he's the best ball player in the country. But for some reason,
Kendrick Moore, the 6'2 freshman. The pass, and the Bruins come away. Ed O'Bannon. Henderson. 6 points for the freshman. Bruins by 1.
Lenny got back in this ball game.
Another steal by the Bruins.
Timeout, timeout, timeout. Should be a timeout.
Charles O'Bannon from Edney. UCLA by 3. Stewart calls time. Winfield, the 5th of the Tigers out there. I.S. Edney for 3. And UCLA goes up by 6. 13 points for Edney, the senior guard from Long Beach.
He's starting the show with 10 minutes and 30 seconds in the game.
Eric Grimm off the glass.
Big time answer. Major league answer.
5-point bound. Winfield. It's Sutherland, and Sutherland hits 2, and he'll go to the line.
Dollar made a mistake that time. He turned around and there's Dollar going back, splitting them. Now watch him turn his back. Once he turned his back, the ref had a blow. 9:52 to be exact.
1-point game. Bruins on top. Bruins have lost only twice.
And they beat the team the second time they played. 2 times inside their conference. I think it was
Kendrick Moore wants to drive baseline and does. He can jump. Missouri in front by 1.
Charles moved a little bit too close that time, Tim. He can't handle that man's quickness. Once he moved close.
Indiana in the first round for the Tigers. Lenny, and it's Grimm with the follow. Missouri by 1.
That's not the stop they wanted. Now that
Grimm driving, followed by Winfield. He missed, got his own rebound, trying the putback, can't do it. He's blocked by Henderson, gets it again. Sutherland for 3.
Ooh, what a touch, what a touch.
15 points for Sutherland. Ed O'Bannon whips it in. Henderson.
Eddie, baby, what a pass underneath. What speed on that. Good hands, excellent hands by Henderson. Tell him, coach. Well, this is the man. They're going to win. The man's. There it is. Only 2 seconds on the shot clock. He has to let it fly.
Grimm. Derek Grimm, 10 points, playing with 4 fouls. Woke up with the flu this morning and comes up with a huge play there.
Side.
On the perimeter, stays out there. Grimm over here, trying to find 3-point room. He does, and he hits.
Oh, they gambled on the zone. The Tigers showed patience against zones, movement against man-to-man. 30, back it up, get set.
Edney in and out. Henderson, Bailey into the lane. Outside for Dyer, and Grimm rebounds.
Boy, Grimm should have a temperature every day.
Man, he has been the Grim Reaper here in the second half. Jason Sutherland in and out. Lenny keeping it alive, and Sutherland alertly grabs.
Don't forget, Missouri only got 1 time.
29. Kendrick Moore, the freshman, in and out. Bailey with the rebound for the Bruins. Oh, Missouri 72-69. Injured managers, Missouri in front.
Inside, and Corliss Williams fouled out. Moten went to the line for the lead, but missed. And here's Arkansas now, approaching.
Leading by a point. Sutherland. Clock shot to 5. Shot clock for 5. Lenny in and out. Bailey rebounds.
That's the first thing Paul missed all day.
2 of 4 from the free throw line today. And he ties it up. Bruin lead. 58.9 seconds remain.
I play for 2 possessions here. That means I take the shot after they get the ball out of bounds. They're told make sure they don't get Paul from 3-point land. Dollar charged into the pick set by Sutherland. But no problem.
Trained him there.
Got a new shot clock.
Eric Grimm. 34 seconds left.
I'd call a timeout, maybe go for the whole thing. That's up to Norm.
Ends up more. Letting it wind down.
There it is. Norm did it. There it is.
13 seconds on the shot clock. They're going for one. 73-72. UCLA lead. 5 seconds. More inside. One last try for the Bruins of UCLA to get into the Sweet 16. Knocked out last year in the first round by Tulsa. They don't want to lose this one. Edney going the distance. Yes!
Him take it to the basket and then shoot it and tip it in. We clear out, put him on the baseline, let him bring it because he's really good in the open court. He made a great play, a great shot. It was, as I see it again, it was unbelievable.
Good luck in the Sweet 16 and on to Tim.
We were very lucky. They played a great game. Thanks, Al.
2-on-1 with O'Linney.
The following year, Missouri, as an 8th seed, met the number 1 ranked UCLA Bruins in the second round of the tournament.
O'Linney for 3. 5 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Paul O'Linney led the Tigers with 23. But UCLA's Ed O'Bannon was a force, finishing with 24.
Full timeout. Ed O'Bannon move, and that's good.
Missouri trailed by 1 with just seconds left.
13 seconds on the shot clock. They're going for one. 73-72. UCLA lead. 5 seconds. More inside.
But they had no fouls to give as UCLA took possession with just under 5 seconds left.
One last try for the Bruins of UCLA to get into the Sweet 16. Knocked out last year in the first round by Tulsa. They don't want to lose this one. Edney going the distance. Yes!
It is remembered as one of the most iconic March Madness moments and one of the most painful in Missouri history.